Let's talk about Drake Maye and the New England Patriots. Obviously, this team is not going to make a playoff push this season. They're still rebuilding. But when you look at Drake Maye, 7 passing touchdowns to 5 interceptions. The interceptions are a bit high, but you do get a lot of splash plays from Drake Maye. I do believe, dealing with the circumstances, Drake Maye looks like a franchise quarterback for the New England Patriots in the current moment. And I do believe in the next couple of years, they could be right back in the playoff fold. They need to bring in some wide receivers and some offensive line help for this kid this offseason. But when I look at Drake Maye, I want to go to the Tennessee Titans game. This is a play. Last play of the fourth quarter. You score a touchdown here. You kick the extra point. You go into overtime. Look at the play that Drake Maye is able to make in this situation. It's only 3 defensive linemen that are rushing. Maybe that was a mistake by the Tennessee Titans defensive coordinator, but once again, this is one of the best defenses in the NFL. He's rushing back and forth, trying to find a guy to get wide open. No one's open. At the last second, throws a football on a dime to the running back. It goes for a touchdown. Not too many quarterbacks can make that throw in the NFL. You think about quarterbacks like Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and Lamar Jackson. They can make these type of plays. But you look at a rookie quarterback like Drake Maye, that's put into this situation, that's pretty special. Now, I'm not going to just nitpick here and just point out good plays by Drake Maye. There are a lot of bad plays as well. You look at this play right here, Tennessee Titans game, earlier in the game. Wide receiver deep down the field. He just misses him. At the same time, he's a rookie, but it would be great for him to be able to go out there and to make this throw and for the wide receiver to come down with the catch. And great job by the wide receiver to get open. Drake Maye just has to connect right there. And obviously in overtime, they lose the game. He throws a game-winning interception for the Tennessee Titans. That sucks. He tried to beat the safety with his accuracy. He had the right idea, just bad execution. This is a bad read, but if he was able to get the football out just a little bit quicker and have better accuracy, he could possibly squeeze the ball into a tight window, but he wasn't able to. Those are bad plays by Drake Maye, but you get some great plays as well. I think that Drake Maye is doing the best that he can dealing with the circumstances. His best wide receiver is Demario Douglas. And no disrespect to Demario Douglas, he's not a true number 1 wide receiver in the NFL. And that's okay because you're still rebuilding. You know how bad the Patriots have been offensively over the last few years. Even in that last season with Tom Brady, they did not have the ideal wide receivers that could go down there and stretch the field. I really wish that Calvin Ridley had signed with the New England Patriots instead of the Tennessee Titans. But he went with the Tennessee Titans. The Patriots have tried to go out there and bring in wide receiving help. They drafted Jalen Polk. There's something there with him. You drafted him in this year's draft class. You also have Kayshawn as well, who I think is a very good explosive playmaker at times. And you have Hunter Henry. This is not the ideal situation for a rookie, especially behind this offensive line. But how Alex Van Pelt has called plays this season and how Drake Maye has adapted on a week-to-week basis, I like what they're doing. I still have a lot of questions about the coaching staff because you have Coach Mayo. He's a former linebacking coach. He's also a former linebacker with the team. Put my bias in there. I want him to succeed. You know how crazy of a story it would be if a man that got drafted by the Patriots, learned underneath Bill Belichick as a linebacker, was a student of the game, came out and he became a great coach for the Patriots. That's a cool story. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it would be great to see. So offensively, they have a lot of question marks, and Drake Maye is still a question mark. Just him going out there in a couple of games and looking very good doesn't mean that he's going to go out there and look like this for his entire career. But it gives New England Patriot fans a lot of hope and something to look forward to. He looks better than what Mac Jones looked like his rookie season, and Mac Jones made the NFL playoffs his rookie season with Josh McDaniels until everything went to hell and they had Matt Patricia calling plays in his second year in the NFL. You can't allow that to happen with this coaching staff. So offensively, continue to take care of Drake Maye, and you can see a lot of good things coming from this kid. And he's had some good games as well. Besides the Tennessee Titans game, he had the 1 passing touchdown to the 2 interceptions. He passed the football 41 times. You go and look at what happened against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yes, they lost that game 32-16. He was 26 of 37 on the day, 276 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns to 0 interceptions. His first game in the NFL was against the Houston Texans. 20 of 33, 3 passing touchdowns to 2 interceptions. The interceptions are not ideal. You hope that he can deal back from that, but a lot of that is because he's dealing with pressure and he's trying to throw guys open. Like I mentioned before, maybe Jacoby Brissett should have started this entire season, but right now he looks better than Jacoby Brissett. And shout out to Jacoby Brissett as well. He's been a phenomenal backup in terms of being a good mentor towards Drake Maye, and also coming back in the game against the New York Jets when Drake Maye got knocked out with a concussion. He helped the New England Patriots go out there and win that football game. When I look at the defense for the Patriots, they have taken a step back. And a lot of that is because Christian Barmore has been able to play this season. I am concerned about him. He's dealing with blood clots. I hope this is not a Chris Bosh situation. For the ones that don't know who Chris Bosh is, he was a very good basketball player many years ago with the Miami Heat. He had to retire due to blood clots, but he had them in his lungs. I hope that's not the same case with Christian Barmore, because he was one of the best defensive tackles in the NFL last season. Can push the pocket, can bring the quarterback down, and he's an elite run stopper. Part of the reason why this Russian defense hasn't been good this season is because he's been out. I disagree with Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick came out and said to Coach Mayo, hey, those guys are not soft. They're not soft players, but at the same time, the defense is not going to be the same without one of their best defensive players. And Coach Mayo has tried to make adjustments without him. Unfortunately, on most weeks, it doesn't work out, especially against elite level teams in the NFL. But you still have Keion White, who is the team's best pass rusher, 5 sacks on the season, 2 forced fumbles. They went out a couple weeks ago. They traded Josh Uche to the Kansas City Chiefs. He wasn't able to do much in the last couple of years. A few years back with Matthew Judon, they were sack monsters with the New England Patriots. Now Matthew Judon, he's struggling with the Atlanta Falcons, and we'll see if Josh Uche can rebound with the Kansas City Chiefs. But they're lacking a lot of edge defenders right now in terms of going out there and bringing the quarterback down besides Keion White. You look at the guys in the linebacker room. I like Juwan Bentley. Unfortunately, he's on IR. He's been injured majority of the season. That's a very good player. Devon Gotcha, he's a very good run stopper, but he's not a very good He's not a very good pocket pusher. He's not a very good pass rusher. And that is something that concerns me with the Patriots defense as a whole. And it has exposed their secondary. We go back over the last few years. Bill Belichick found a way to go out there and scheme up pressure because he's one of the best defensive minds the NFL has ever seen. When I look at a guy like Coach Mayo, he's still trying to figure things out as a head coach. A part of me feels like it's too much too soon for him, but at the same time, I want to see him get his footing as a head coach in the NFL. It's just one of those wait and see approaches. The team does deal with a lot of penalties, but over the last couple of weeks, they have looked more disciplined on the defensive end and on the offensive end as well. When I look at their secondary, I like Jonathan Jones a lot. I think Jonathan Jones is a solid player to have in the secondary. He's a veteran. Christian Gonzalez, you hope that can be your true number one cornerback for the next few years to come. When you look at him, his rookie season before he got injured against the Dallas Cowboys, that's the same game that Matthew Judon got injured in. He was one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL. He has not had the same effect this season, but he has still been a solid cornerback to look at in the NFL, which again plays it to the part. Their pass rush situation isn't the best. And this is a team, they're rebuilding. They're trying to get more talent out there. Jabril Peppers has missed the last few weeks dealing with something that happened off the field. I hope that they can get that resolved because he was a very good safety with the team before he got into that incident and before he was dealing with an injury as well. You look at a guy like Kyle Duggar. I think he's one of the most underrated safeties in the NFL as well. They have talent. They're a young team. Just give them a few years to figure things out. And if Coach Mayo is not the right coach, you could bring in another coach. Any coach in the NFL right now would be intrigued to come in and coach Drake Maye because the skill set that he has with the big rocket arm and the ability to move inside and outside the pocket and the escapability as well. I think the New England Patriots will be good in the next 2 to 3 years, but it's going to take time. Their number one things to work on this offseason would be offensive line, wide receiving help, and going out there and getting a veteran pass rusher as well. But let me know in the comment section below, how do you guys feel about Drake Maye and the New England Patriots long term? If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, want each and every last one of you guys stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for watching the video, guys. God bless. Peace.